A convicted murderer has a new chance at freedom after serving nearly a decade in prison. David Temple was a hometown football star and coach in Texas. He was convicted in 2007 for the murder of his pregnant wife. Two leading Texas attorneys clashed over the case, but a new twist has emerged 18 years after the crime. In a preview of tomorrow's 48 Hours, Richard Schlesinger updates the story we first brought you last year.
Guilty of murder as charged in the indictment.
David Temple was convicted of the 1999 murder of his pregnant wife, Belinda. He spent 9 years in prison for the crime. Prosecutor Kelly Siegler, legendary for her dramatic courtroom tactics,
1, 2,
tried the case in 2007.
So who is David Temple? He's a man who nobody ever said no to.
Her theory was that Temple killed his wife to be with the woman he was having an affair with, Heather Scott.
You better believe he was serious about Heather, and you better believe he was done with Belinda in his mind.
Temple's attorney, Dick DeGuerin,
like that,
famous for helping billionaire Robert Durst get acquitted of murder, reminded jurors that in this case there was no hard evidence linking Temple to the crime.
it's true that David had an affair. That doesn't make him a murderer.
Temple has always maintained his innocence.
And I pray every day that my name will, for once and all, be cleared.
In 2012, Temple's appellate attorneys, Casey Gautreaux and Stanley Schneider, finally saw the complete police report, and they say it contained critical evidence never seen before by the defense.
On my left is the complete investigative report.
This was never seen. This is what was suppressed.
Stuff was hidden.
Who hid it?
Siegler hid it. Siegler hid it, and she hid it well.
Did you turn over the 1,400 pages of police reports?
No. Every single thing under the law Mr. DeGuerin was entitled to was turned over to him.
In a split decision, the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals found Temple did not get a fair trial, and he was released in late December.
Excuse me.
And then you saw your family.
And then I see my family. It's incredible to just have that touch and the affection that you've wanted all that time and have not been able to have. Is a sweet, sweet joy.
But it is not over yet. Now a new DA must decide whether to drop the charges or prosecute David Temple all over again.
Richard Schlesinger is with us now. Richard, good morning.
Good morning.
So are there other alternative suspects?
Well, the defense certainly thinks so. There are some neighborhood kids who Mrs. Temple allegedly had some unpleasant interaction with, and they think that they might be perfectly good suspects. And that the case turned on how much evidence was against them versus how much against David Temple. And so this charge that the prosecution withheld some evidence was very serious for the defense.
How long is it for the DA to make a decision here, do you think it'll take?
This is another twist in this thing. There was a new DA who took office in January. The police file on this case, Anthony, is 1,300, almost 1,400 pages long.
Yeah.
So she's promised to personally review this case. She's got a lot of work ahead of her. So we don't know, a couple of months at least.
All right, Richard Schlesinger, thanks. You can see Richard's full report, The Alternate Suspects, tomorrow night at 10, 9 Central, right here on CBS.